wake up. It's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day. Up early this morning with gloom on my head. Had a big feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet that life is all for living and love is all for giving. So this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day.
Morning it is. It's a terrific Tuesday, and my Irish are smiling. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I do have as my actually my guest and co-host this morning, I have running for commissioner for Washington County. We have David Bauer with us. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
We have Jamie Bauer with us in the studio too, who I don't know if we're going to get to talk today, but we shall see if she might want to say hi. Hi, Jamie.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, there we go. I
She's
like
my trusty
her.
sidekick, and I'm hers. I'm
Yeah,
still
I like
trying to
it.
figure that out after
Yeah.
50 years.
Our Irish eyes are smiling this
Yeah,
morning.
happy St. Patrick's
Can you
Day.
talk Can you do anything Ireland? Can you talk anything like that?
Drink green beer, maybe.
There you go. Is that the extent of
My
it? Yeah.
accent is pretty well Washington County.
There you go. You can't give it anymore. I start off Ireland like my Irish eyes are smiling. Then I go pirate.
Yeah,
It goes into a pirate. I don't know. It's just like, the top of the morning to you, lassie, and then it goes pirate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything ends with the But that is on my bucket list. I so bad want to
My
go.
wife didn't wear green.
She wants to be pinched.
She wants to be pinched. I wish she does.
There you go, David. You better keep her close today. My dad was going back growing up. It's funny how, when you grow up, my dad was a huge stickler of making sure we had green. I mean, of the morning, he made sure that we did not go to school without green on, making sure there was no pinching going on. So
He was a natural promoter, as I remember.
yeah,
all the
100%, absolutely.
with the cherry pies
Oh,
and all those
yeah.
things that he did.
yeah.
What a fun time
Uh,
to grow up in Salem when all that was going on.
Definitely, yeah. Times have changed. You can't do all that you used to do. You know what I mean?
That's a shame in a lot
Yeah,
of ways,
those
but-
cherry pies have to be kind of packaged.
Yeah. And of course, Bob Holler, and he, Bob would come out here and help.
Absolutely.
And then so we were always involved in all the different things that your dad was
Oh,
doing.
yes, yeah.
Maxwell Street days, wasn't it?
There was Maxwell Street Day, Fodder Festival,
Yeah,
all the
all those
great things, yeah, for sure. And going back, good morning, Krista. We got
Good morning.
Krista and with Meadowview
I was
Healthcare
just
Center.
gonna sneak right
Good
in
morning.
here.
Good morning.
Quietly.
Good morning.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
we were just talking about our Irish eyes smiling over here. So,
Yeah.
but David, another thing too, though, about that with the promotions, like things like now, those cherry pies would have to be wrapped or packaged. They couldn't be. You
I guess
can't
that's
just.
true, yeah.
You just can't give out. Everything has to be, done a little, handled a little.
Nothing's easy anymore.
Yeah, a little different on that. But yeah, he did a lot of great promotions and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
But
did, honestly.
and yes, and I think something about the Irish, the fun St. Patrick's Day. It's just a fun day, right?
Now, I think you might. I just remembered this. I was in Walmart a couple of days ago,
Uh huh.
and I was talking to a friend of ours, and we were talking about Salem and how we wanted it. We were talking about there's no growth, and we need to do some things and become more active to grow the tax base. And he said, Salem was known for the Speedway and WSLM. But he mentioned WSLM,
I love
which
that,
I thought
yeah.
was, I just remembered that.
I
we were talking
appreciate
about
that.
that.
Well, that's very
He
kind.
honestly did just a couple days ago.
Well, whoever you are, the mystery man, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
out there. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
well, it's Jeff. He works over there.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
Oh, I
Jeff?
love Jeff.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll have to get over
Every
there.
time I see him, he stops and he wants to, in his amount of time, I don't want him to get in trouble, but oftentimes we'll get into conversation,
Oh,
you know, and
he's fantastic,
it lasts
yeah.
a while, but
Yeah.
it's generally he has a genuine desire, I think, for Salem to grow
I agree.
and get better.
Oh, he's got some great ideas. Yeah, he's a fantastic man. Yeah, appreciate that. Very, very kind, very nice. All right, so we are St. Patrick's Day, so everybody remember, if you are getting ready, get your green on. I do have to say that West Washington made a last minute decision. They did decide to do a 2-hour delay. I think I talked with Superintendent Keith Nance from West Washington, and they were planning on going on as business as usual today, but they did get into some snares with some of the roads, and some of the roads are kind of covered, and especially some of the county roads back there. You know, they go through some of them. So let me see what he said. So he had to make it a 2-hour delay. He said it was an unsuspected snow about 1.5 inches on the road on 56 and 150. So the event happened, it just started coming down pretty rapidly, so he did have to make it a 2-hour delay at West Washington. So Eastern and West Washington are all systems go, though. They're business as usual. So
Good.
Yeah. I did notice after all of the storm yesterday, I noticed a lot of the kids coming in late yesterday. I think everybody was up, right, till midnight 1 or so, and I thought, well, that's totally justified because of the storm that we had, and we know there was a funnel cloud,
Was there?
Yeah, there was, yeah. But it worked out really well. It turned out to be a blessing. I know I keep talking about this, but so it was hovering above the Posey Township Fire Department, that area, but we had so much wind that it couldn't come down. So that really worked out well. Yeah.
We had some neighbors lose some shingles.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had some that flapped a little bit. I'll have to get those repaired or glued down or nailed down or whatever. But we were pretty lucky. We missed it. And, talking about 2-hour delay. I'm a former bus driver over 20 years, and my wife, 24, as I recall. But it would be interesting that even on our routes within Washington County, there oftentimes would be a clear and distinct difference. Like oftentimes one route would be relatively clear and the other would have a lot of rain or a lot of snow or whatever.
Right.
So it can happen that way.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe West Washington got more than we did.
Right. Well, we've seen that, like at different areas. So,
Yeah.
Krista, how did your neck of the woods? You guys doing okay over there?
It's probably a half an inch out there.
Yeah.
We didn't get that much at our house, just really.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
didn't
the
get covered.
closer I got to town, there's not much on
Yeah.
the roads at all, but
Right.
the roads were covered out there.
Well, everyone, just be careful. That's what we. The moral of the story: just be careful, right? All right. Let's see what today is. Today is the 17th day of March. Marching right along here. Today is Campfire Girls Day.
Campfire girls.
I love it. I was a Girl Scout. We did campfires. Anybody else a Girl Scout?
Not
I was a
me.
No, I
brownie.
don't think you did. I've been worried. Were you? Were you, Krista?
I lasted as a brownie, I think, a year.
Okay. All right.
That was it.
That was it. You were done.
I got the T-shirt.
You got
done.
it.
I was
And
done.
remember the little brownie hat?
Yeah,
You had to
didn't-
take
I
bobby
didn't
pins
reach
and
that
put that
far.
on. Did you not wear the hat?
No.
No. Okay. What about you, Jamie? Were you?
I was a brownie.
Me too. And then I went on in the Girl Scout. Yeah, that's where we made the stone soup and all that, and did all of the camping and stuff. So
See, that's where it went downhill for me.
I'm not
Okay.
a good camper. either.
Camping.
No, she's not. I can
Well,
speak to that.
well, I like hotels. I know. Instead of, but I do want to say that for some reason I've got the mad skill of how to make a fire. Like, you know what I mean? It's so funny because they're like, let Becky make the fire. Let Becky make the fire. I don't know why. It's the Girl Scout.
Would you like me to tell you a quick camping story about my wife?
Okay.
Okay, back in our early marriage, we were in our 20s, and I'd bought a small piece of property. I think it was just a couple acres. And our dream was to build a house on it.
Mhm.
And but during that time, as a surprise, it was getting close to our anniversary. So I got bales of straw from a friend, and I went out and made this neat little area with bales of straw that came up, about 4 or 5 tall, and I put straw down. And I made this bed, and I had this campfire going, and I waited till it got dark, and I said, "Come on, I got a little surprise for you." And I said, "We're going to spend the night out on this property we just bought." And it was a beautiful evening, and I had a little, I have a little wine there with us and some snacks, and we're going to spend the night and sleep outside. And in our new property. I
Okay.
thought it was kind of romantic
Yeah.
for a guy, right? Maybe not? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
so,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, about as romantic
Yeah,
as I
yeah.
get,
You're
right?
you're getting there. You're getting there.
So anyway, we're laying there and we're looking up the stars. And I had about 3 bottles of wine in her at the time. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah,
had
God.
we had about a glass of wine, if that. We're laying there, and I swear, 2 drops of rain hit her on the forehead. Okay, let's go. I'm ready to go
Oh.
home. And of course, it never did rain.
Never did
But all that
rain,
work,
but
I think I worked for 2 hours
well,
getting that ready.
I bet you did. Yeah,
I
all the
never
prep
got a
time.
thanks for it. Now, you
Never-
would probably thank your husband, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm cracking up. Well, you learned then that this is probably not the best way.
That's right. So camping was off the list.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's hilarious. Two drops in and I'm out. But I could kind of relate to that. What about you, Krista?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, the whole time we're there, were there bugs around here? Are there snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
no.
That's funny. That's a good story. Good story. All right, this is also corned beef and cabbage day. Krista, you gonna have is that on your radar today? You gonna have some corned beef and cabbage?
Probably not.
Coming up? Do you like it?
I like cabbage.
Okay.
I don't know about corned beef.
Oh, you never tried it?
I really don't know.
Oh yeah. What about you, David?
Pastrami,
Oh.
I do love pastrami.
the evolved corned beef, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what I call
Okay,
it.
well, I guess I like corned beef then, because I love pastrami.
Yeah.
Well, pastrami it's a lot like it in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
I've made pastrami.
Oh.
You take a brisket. It's simpler than, well, it's not really simple. Of course, my sidekick over here, she'll say that I'm always telling people I make it when actually she makes
She
it.
makes it. Okay.
I put it together. She gets it all ready and preps, and then I put it together. But
I would have said we made it.
Oh,
okay.
I love that. There you go.
But anyway, we bought a brisket. How's that? We
Perfect.
bought a brisket, and I've got one of those smokers, and I like to do that. I think that's just something we like to do. We feed the family about every Sunday, it seems like. But anyway, you take this brisket and you soak it, right? You put it in this big plastic container
Solution, yeah.
with pickling salts and all these spices, and you can leave it up to 15 days or something like that.
I think
Yeah,
we left ours 7. Maybe.
Yeah, you leave it. So we left it 7 days, and then you take it out, and then you smoke it. If you smoke it, it's pastrami. If you cook it, it's corned beef. I think I've got that right.
Well, that's neat.
It's the same meat.
Meat, yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. Learning something every
Yeah,
day.
Hey, you hang around me, you know.
Cooking with
I'll move
David
you
and
up.
Jamie. Cooking with David and Jamie. I didn't know that. I love corned beef and cabbage, though. I do, yeah. There used to be a place in Louisville. I can't remember the name of it. It was such a classy place, and they always had corned beef and cabbage, and they'd serve a big boiled potato with it. And I can't think of it. It's I know it'll after the program.
I can't
Have
think
you
of
ever
that
eaten
either.
there? They always had and they had
Well,
the
your
best.
dad and Bob, they.
Oh, I bet they ate
had the
there. Yeah, I
restaurant
bet
scene
they.
down back then.
Yeah, they would have known this
Yeah.
place. Yeah, but it was delicious, and then they have the So I love it. I love corned beef, and I've made it before, and everybody loves it. Yeah, it's a richer meat. It's real rich, but it's good. It's good. All right, so corned beef and cabbage day. Let's see here. Doctor-patient trust day. So valuable, so important to trust your doctor, right?
Yes, it is.
To have that doctor that you put your trust in, you know. Yeah.
Now,
And
I'm going to make sure that everybody knows on May 5th, I'm sorry to interrupt, but on May
No.
5th, that's Vote for Dave Bauer Day.
okay.
You know that, right? And
Is
everybody-
that
okay, yeah.
put their trust in that?
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah.
All right. This is St. Patrick's Day. Today is also Submarine Day.
Submarine Day. Like
Yeah.
eat the submarine or
No,
fly it?
not. Oh, you were thinking the food. No, this is submarine, like
Like the,
in the
Dive.
Navy. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Really?
submarine. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I-
I never heard of that day.
Yeah, I remember Disney World used to have the submarine ride years ago, and I love the submarine. I would like to go out in a submarine one day. Wouldn't that be dive deep?
no,
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be so cool.
no thanks.
Yeah, I think I'd love that.
You
like
tell
to
me about
snorkel
it.
and all that?
Yeah, I love all
snorkel.
that. I'm all about that. World Social Work Day. All right, hats
Mm.
off to all of our social workers out there,
No
right?
kidding.
Got a lot
Gotta get
to
paid
do.
enough.
Yeah, for sure. So those are some holidays. Get out and enjoy. And so over at Meadowview, Krista, you guys got your Irish eyes smiling over there. You, I
I'm
know you've not
sure.
been in yet, but
No, I've
but-
been doing things remotely this morning, but I'm sure that Wanda has everything greened up over there. She is the queen of decor.
You know
For
it.
the
She's
holidays.
getting it all ready, right? Getting it all.
Yes.
I love it.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly, maybe Melissa is making corned beef and cabbage today. I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think that sounds delicious. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good to me. All right. Well, I know you guys are over there celebrating. Always a party over there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be some green cupcakes and green stuff on the hot chocolate and things like that.
Ooh, there you go. Sounds good to me.
Green
Yeah.
whip.
Green whip.
Whip.
Cool whip. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. That's a good
Yeah.
idea. All right, let's jump in. David, since we talked last week, what's been happening? What's new? You've been knocking on doors? What are people saying to
Knocking
you?
on doors. Well, there's a lot of concerns. Excuse me, as I've heard before.
Uh-huh.
And I think what people really want us to do, and please correct me if you ladies hear anything differently, but I think they want an open book atmosphere in county government. I think they want to be able to trust those that they elect into office. And I'd like to think that I've got a history of that as working for the city all those years, county council and as township assessor. But we're going to have an open book. We're going to, like the bid system, it's going to be transparent as can be. But what's interesting, there are some rules and regulations that you have to adhere to when you're entering into any bid process. And I think the county's been doing that. I know the city did. We would get a bid and it would go either to the clerk's office and then our attorneys. And all of us, even the city council and myself working in the mayor's office, we wouldn't see the bids till we opened that night. And then Drew Wright, our city attorney at the time, would read those amounts out, and then we'd kick them to another area to where they were apples to apples, that they were within those parameters that we set when we opened that project up. So there are well-defined steps that you have to take. So my thought is that we make those public like we did at the city. We make sure that people know what we're doing. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I did a State of the City every month. And we talked about all the things that were going on in the city, trying communication. And if the other two commissioners would like to do that, we could easily sit down after a meeting, before a meeting, and every commissioner would have what is important to him or his district at that time. And then we could just make notes, and then I could write something up and then have them critique it, have them okay it, and then we could put it in the paper or bring it out here at the radio station. Hopefully that I know that commissioners used to come out here almost every week.
We welcome them to come. Yeah.
And I always appreciate that when you did the same for the city. So I think maybe we should get back to that. But I think communication will break through that barrier and that fog of mistrust, if it is out there. Now, I don't know that anything wrong ever existed. Can't speak to that. I know that all of us are friends in this community, or I like to think I am. All the people in the county council, the commissioners, and the previous commissioners and all those. And, I think I spoke last time about that who's list that I served under as a young guy. Dulcie Souter, Mervyn Fisher, Jim Nice. I could go through John Foltz, Mignon Marshall, Arville Jackson, Roger Sweeney, Jim Day. All those people.
These are good pillars.
Yeah, those are people that I learned from.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to do what they did, and that was just to be open. They didn't even think about not saying something or not telling something. It was just something you did. Like when you get up, first thing you do is open your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Well, in a meeting, the first thing you do is you're transparent, and you're open, and you're honest. And I just think we need to make sure that people realize that. And the way to do that is through communication. And let's take some extra efforts and letting people know that we are doing things honestly and with an open book. I know that's a term we use at the city almost every week. We're an open book. My door, and Joy Byerly, my administrative assistant, and you know a little bit that, your daughter serves as that now. We kept the door open. People would come in the front office and I'd be in there. We might be having a meeting, but that door was always open. So, and we liked it. I liked it when a hometown girl or boy walked in that mayor's office and raised his hand and hollered at me, even if I was in a meeting, because you're more important than that engineer I'm sitting with. You're more important than that person from the state. That's you got to get back to that.
Right.
And I think we can do that. It's more fun, I think, to be energetic and outgoing and have some projects, always be looking ahead at some of the things you can do. And you and I talked about this. It wasn't on radio, just I think before one of the shows. You talked about the Highway 60 project, and I think you went to some of those meetings.
Yeah.
What if, and let me throw it out this way, and I'm not sure we can do it. It's just something we started in my last couple of years when I was in office working for the city. The Highway 60 project, as I call it. What if we made Highway 60 to Pekin to Clark County look like the one going to Scottsburg?
Yeah.
Wider lanes, wider shoulders.
Christian, this was a really cool. I remember this years ago. I was in that meeting, and it was a really cool. I liked everybody. The thing that I really walked out of that meeting being so impressed. Everybody wanting to work together, and we know there's so many accidents on that road. And if we could avoid just, from this day forward, if this happens, never having another, or having just, very minimum wrecks, or anything, that would be well worth it.
Yeah.
And I love the whole idea, and everybody was all aboard.
And you said it first when you first commented. We all got together.
Yeah.
That's the key to any project. We have to get over this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a perception people have. But I know that I know all the people in office. I can't say a bad word about any of them. And I want to be positive today because, you can talk about all the bad things, but those are so easily fixed if you try. People amaze me that they wake up in the morning with a chip on their shoulder or they gripe or complain. Just talk to somebody and let's see what the options are. And I think, and she's seen me operate over the years, any problem, I don't care what kind of problem it is, you logically have one or two options on how to fix it. And people that talk about the problem but never take any step forward or even talk about what the solution would be, I'm sorry, it drives me crazy. You got a problem. I've seen people in tears about a problem working for the city or the county. Some of the people have fallen on hard times and they'll oftentimes come out of my office and they'll be in tears. Maybe they can't pay their water bill, and that's sad. But we can fix it. It's nothing you can't fix.
Right.
And if somebody has a gripe or a complaint, well, let's listen to it and see what the logical. There's always one side, the right side and the left side, and in the middle somewhere is the truth, and I believe that. But I just think that there's nothing that can't be fixed. I don't know why everybody gets in such a torment or upset when everything can be fixed. And like I say, typically there's only a couple of different options, so it's kind of easy if you look at it that way.
Right.
Now there might be a third, but that's like dropping the bomb, but I think you ladies could give me a hypothetical problem and we could easily come up with a couple options on how to fix it. I really believe that.
I have a chip now.
I'm sorry, you got a chip on your shoulder?
No, chip on my nail.
Oh,
my
okay.
nail,
Well, that's pretty easy to fix, right? You guys know more about than I do.
Yeah, speaking of chip.
Yeah, I've got
chip
two women in my life. My daughter, of course, she's not at home like she used to be. She's married.
But the
I've
crisis
heard this
of that,
before.
right?
But again, we need to kind of get over ourselves. Maybe put the ego aside. When they say the prayer at the beginning of every meeting, let's listen to the prayer. Because almost every
I love
prayer,
that we do that. I do love that.
Yeah,
as a county.
absolutely. But I think sometimes when the prayer's over and it goes from one area, it goes from A to Z, and I don't know how we get there so quick. Right. But anyway,
Let's go back.
I've always wanted to. Well, I'm sorry, but I think all of us have the shared goals, and this is what I'm finding out going door to door, what you talked about earlier. When I go and knock on these doors, and I like that. I must be the only person in the world that likes going door to door because I get to see some of my old customers and maybe some of the kids that I drove their bus or some of the kids I coached in football. But it's interesting that we all have the same shared goals. And those are simple. Those are easy. They just want to feel confident in their government, and they want to know that we're working for them and trying to improve their life, even in some small way. That's it.
Right.
You can have these grandiose plans, or we're going to build a skyscraper, and people go, oh, okay, yeah, that's great, but I want to make sure that my water is good and all these things are happening. And then I think there's something that we each need to start out every day. Instead of a stumbling block, let's be a stepping stone. Now, Lowell DePoy, everybody knows Lloyd.
Yeah.
Lowell, good guy. It's been years ago. He come up in the mayor's office and we were visiting, and we were talking about some of the challenges. And he come up with a phrase. It's the first time I'd ever heard it. About being a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block. And I like that. And I think a lot of us are stumbling blocks. A lot of us will have a problem, or there'll be a problem, and you got so many people that says, we got to fix, we can't do that. Yes, we can. Let's just calm down and let's see if there is a solution. So I don't think it's rocket science.
Right.
You know, the other day too, I wanted to make sure that I give credit where credit's due. You know, in all the years I served as mayor, we were having a tough time. Um, you know, financially, it's in a circuit breaker at $800,000, and our total budget was about $5 million. So that's a pretty good percentage of your total budget. But I didn't ask for a raise, nor did my city council or the clerk treasurer. So, you know, that's important to know too. And the reason why I say that is it was a team atmosphere. We all worked together. And I appreciate, you know, the city council and the clerk and myself and even the office or the department heads. You know, they knew that we were kind of having some tough times financially, and they helped us turn it around.
Right.
And they didn't ask for a raise either.
Right. And who was mayor at the time?
Well, I was mayor at the time.
Okay, you were mayor at the time. Okay,
yeah, and then Pat Persinger was clerk treasurer. And then so I got to sit in my chair to make sure I don't forget who's
Right.
sitting where. But there was Justin Green, and then there was Danny Libke, and then there was Warren Truck Jones, one of our favorites, right? And then Wally Turkhorn, Miss Wally about every day. He was a great council member. And then Ron Hennigas served while I was in there. So we had a good team, and all those gentlemen and lady, you know, they realized that we couldn't take a raise, and it was hard to, and no one even mentioned it. So it was really a good team atmosphere. And I often wonder, is that happening in county government? I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to know who asked for a raise and who didn't, because I know they're not flush with money either. They have restraints and bills that they have to pay. So I don't know. I just wish I felt like they had a team atmosphere like we had a team atmosphere back then. And I feel bad for some of them, because how would you like to get up and go to work every day and be at odds or conflict with somebody?
I know, it's an unpleasant environment.
Yeah.
And so what gets done? You spend so many minutes of your meeting or your day fighting and feuding. Well, who's caught in the middle? Well, the average taxpayer, the guy and the girl that gets up and goes to work every day, and they come home and they just want to know that we're working for them.
Right.
And I think we need to bring that back.
Right. Let's go back. And I do know, but I want to, kind of go back over when someone gives a bid, and so let's say there's 3 bids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One is under the lowest, but it might not have all that the number 2 has. Okay. And number 2, I mean, like, how do you? So like what you're saying, you have to figure out like whether that's important and you want to go with that lower amount, or maybe the middle part might be a little bit more where it's a little less but you're getting a little bit more. But then the ultimate is, I mean, there's got to be like a process to all of this.
Well, there
and
is.
For somebody, okay, like if you've never opened one of those envelopes or sit on the board,
And I never opened one. Our
Okay.
attorney always did it. And I think
okay,
that speaks
if
transparency.
one's never been opened in your sight, okay.
Well, yeah, but no, get what you're talking to. I
From
know what
across
you're
the
saying.
table.
You know, it's tough because.
And I think it's very interesting how and I like to try to get everyone to understand kind of how that works.
Well, first and foremost, you have a proposal on what you want done, and that proposal includes all the different things. So you may want, let's just say I'm building a garage. We'll just keep that. I'm building a garage, and I want it to be 24 by 32. I want a 16-foot garage door, okay? And I want it on a concrete pad with 2x6 walls instead of 2x4. So your windows exponentially, if you go 2x6, your windows cost more to fit into. You guys are probably, you know what I'm speaking about.
Yeah,
the
Krista
difference.
and Jamie and I, we all
you
know
guys
that.
are-
Yeah, we're all just
But
absolutely.
here's the thing.
We knew that.
So that's my proposal. I want 2x6. Well, there might be a bid that come in lower, but after you look at it, and maybe I don't want to say the fine print, but in there he said, well, I'm going to do it a 2x4 wall. Nobody. It's 2. Put them in, 2 9s or whatever, or just 1 9. Well, that's not what we did. So you do have to look at everything, and those parameters that you said, those stipulations of the take that under consideration and talk about it. You have the ability to discuss all the bids after they're submitted, but what you should do is take the lower bid. That's what you're supposed to do, if it meets the parameters.
If it meets the, yes.
If it meets
and
what
now,
you
is that
spelled
something,
out.
and okay, that feels like right
But you're
there,
basically disqualified. And I say basically, there is an option that you can go to a different bid, but it's very uncommon, and there's other things you'd have to look at.
but do you feel like the average citizen is going to know all that? I mean, they see the lowest bid, and they're like, well, why would you not take it? But then what you're saying, as you know, when you dive in deeper, you see that it could have been, or should have been, if you will, disqualified because it did not go with the 6, it went with the 4. Yes, the other one's cheaper, but do you feel like sometimes maybe that doesn't get translated or gets communicated?
Yes.
In the fact that, like, because this is a lot to read.
Amen.
And a lot to go through.
And it's about bringing trust, and you know, these men and women that make these decisions, I don't think they're out to get anybody or play any favorites. It's just they look at other things too, and we'll say that if you've suggested 2 before, and then we look at that and we go, well, why couldn't you go 2 before? That's what most garages are 2 before. And so you're thinking, well, you know, maybe I was a little overzealous when I decided 2 by 6, which it would make it stronger, but your price will go up because of the windows and some other things that you have to put in, and door casings have to be bigger. And so you're thinking, well, maybe I could have got by with 2 befores, and then maybe the company that's doing the 2 before lives in your county, and the other one doesn't. I mean, but here's the problem. You can make your decision based on other things, but you have to be very clear and precise, I think, on how you do it, and maybe not do it quickly. Maybe reconsider it. Maybe say, well, let's go back and maybe let's restructure the proposal.
Yeah.
And maybe rebid it.
Yeah.
That's how I think. If that's how I think you could do things and be more open. Again, it's about communication. We started off, I think, talking about this morning was the communication. Just let people know when, why, and how, and let's take a step back and say, oh, you know, maybe we'll learn something from this. You know, no one has all the answers.
Right.
But I got to say, a bid is a bid if it meets the parameters. I want to be very clear about that. A bid is a bid. We're not going to get up there in a bid process and start jangle and moving things around just to fit somebody. And I'm very adamant about that. You know, I'm not a yes man by any stretch. I think I've proved that. And I serve no political alliances, and I show no favoritism to any private company. My favoritism is going to be the people of the county and the office that I serve. That's where the favoritism comes in. And if somebody tries to cross that line, it ain't happening with me. I've got a history of that, and we're just going to do things. And now more than ever, we're going to do things. Because I think that there's some people out there, and I do hear a little of this, that they're wondering. I mean, it's interesting, the people that I talk to, they're maybe questioning, they're not accusing people. I don't hear anybody saying another name and say, oh, those people, they're blah, 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 you know. I don't hear that. They just want to know, like you saying, what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's all we got to do. It's not that hard to fix, and I'm going to fix it.
Right. Well, I think sometimes, you know, just, you know, okay, they don't have to. Like, when you're sitting in that position, you don't have to go through and explain everything. But it makes it better and makes it more transparent, makes it more to the community if you can at least highlight some of the, like what you're talking about, hitting some of that. You know, it did not quite meet what we were looking for, and therefore we did go with the other bid, or vice versa, or just like you said, you know, if it looks where it's just a little bit too much going on, just stop and, you know, and table it, or, you know, and work it out and figure it out, and then
take a deep breath.
Yes.
And let's talk to the attorneys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're the ones we pay.
Yeah.
As you know, being a member of the school board, you know.
Absolutely.
In that executive session, that's when you have the time. So what you could do is very simply say, well, we're going to table this because we want to make sure the parameters of the original scope of the project have been met. And what if there's any differences, what are they, and who's making those changes that's not within the scope of the project. And you just take a look at it.
I think that's where trust and just, when you put someone in office, you really want to trust them. Just like today is trust your doctor. Put them in office and trust them.
I've said, yeah,
You know what I mean? And then let us do our thing.
I've got that even on some of my signs. And I think as I see it, okay, the root of what I'm talking about, those concerns when I'm knocking on those doors. And people say, well, Dave, is this really going on? And I'll say, well, I don't know because I'm not there. But if I'm elected, I'll certainly have the authority at that time to look into things. But it's just going to be, it's just going to be simple. That we're going to let you know every time we go to the bathroom if that's what you want. We're going to let you know
maybe not quite that transparent.
but that's and I think that's all. And I like the state of the city idea, or state of the county. And I think that's going to help coming out here and talking to you. Yeah. And you can look at me in the eye and say, what about this project? And we can have people come with us. We can have engineers.
I would like to get back because we used to every month have a commissioner in, and I really would like to get back doing that.
I think it's a great idea. The other thing,
it is. Well, no, it's kind of in the know, keeping.
The other thing that we had at the city, man, a lot of people didn't know this. Okay, you're sitting in the mayor's office. Here I am, a local boy. I used to ride my bike, in the streets of the city, right? And drove a school bus, coached, I did all those Salem JCs. Director of the Chamber of Commerce, like I told you, so you get to know a lot of people. You get to know their families, and bad things do happen to good people.
I know.
And we would have people that would come into the mayor's office, and they would tell you that I need a little help. I need a little help doing this. I need a little help doing that. And what we did, we created a city chaplain. First time it ever happened, to my knowledge, in the city of Salem. And what that city chaplain did, he represented those people that needed help. I couldn't wave a magic wand. I think I told you a lot of people think mayors can do more, like control gas prices. I remember that one while I served up there. They wanted me to lower gas prices. Wish I could. I'd do it right now.
Everybody would be cheering you on.
Yeah, but there's things that I just couldn't write a check. But now, my sidekick over here with a big heart, she's, in my opinion, I married the sweetest girl in Washington County. And she would oftentimes help kids on a bus that needed help. And I've seen her write a check to help people we knew pay their water bill. And we always got paid back. I never had anybody really did. And so I'm proud of that. But so what I was able to do, I was able to put the person who needed help in touch with our city chaplain. And then he would go out maybe to the trustee. We have a good trustee system that has money that's allotted to them, and they use it to help people. And then there's other entities like Outside the Walls. They're actually sponsoring the men's and women's Lenten breakfast.
They are fantastic.
That I've been going,
they
and
do.
Michael Ray was actually our city chaplain, our contact person. And I would just give Mike a call and say, Mike, so and so, that he was in a car wreck, and this actually happened. He needs a wheelchair. He can't. I don't know if he's ever going to recover. He may be not able to ever walk. Well, they'd go build him a ramp.
Yeah.
Okay, with donations. No one in that organization took a penny.
No, I know. They still don't. They still don't.
Yeah.
They need to be screamed from the mountaintops.
I've talked to a couple of sheriff candidates, and they would probably utilize that person even more than a commissioner. Although we would have the ability that if someone came to us, we could put them in touch with our county chaplain. And of course, these I haven't talked to all of them yet, and I can't imagine a sheriff's candidate turning it down. And if anybody's listening, sure, give me a call and tell me you support it. But that would be very helpful. Imagine that. A person that needs help, legitimate. And I believe when what the Outside the Walls talks about, hand up, not a handout.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
So they really take a look at that person and see if the need is really there.
Well,
spending money.
These are stories, that I know that I don't know if they don't always tell all of the stories, but like there was someone, at the hospital that needed to come home, and they couldn't come home if they needed a wheelchair ramp. And so they called them, then all of their volunteers, which it's really a God thing. I mean, you can't even, this is, it wouldn't be humanly possible how everybody getting together that quick built this ramp, and they were able to bring the person home.
You know what I mean?
That's just like one call, and then, and all they have to do is just, put out. They have so many wonderful volunteers, and I hope more people do even get involved.
One call, that's all outside the walls. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
your next
That's a
ad.
T-shirt right
Well, things
there.
just come to me like that.
Put
Isn't
that on a
amazing?
T-shirt.
I-
Well, no, they
I
are
surprise
wonderful.
myself.
They are. I love it. I love it. And they do
kidding.
great things, you know, and you know, you don't want to take advantage of them, but they're fantastic. Yes.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
really
glad
are.
you brought them
So
up.
I think we need a county chaplain. That in of itself,
Hmm.
I think, will put some people at ease that we're going down maybe the path a little bit more of faith.
Mhm.
You know, bring that into our everyday actions.
I
And
agree.
it's like I said, it's interesting that you do the Pledge of Allegiance at every meeting, and we have the prayer. But it seems like after the prayer, I've seen things go downhill in a lot of the meetings that I'm witnessing, and it really kind of breaks your heart in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. That it. I heard
Like,
someone.
we don't need to do
They
that.
were at a gospel conference, and somebody was pushing, and they were like, "What are we here for?" You know what I mean? What are we here for? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, just it was just funny to hear. Sometimes you just need that, eyes open. What are we here for? You know, what are
That'd
we
be a good
doing?
thing to put in one of the prayers at these meetings. You know, Lord, what are we here for?
Yeah, what are we here
Help
for?
us
You know, what I mean,
find that
what
out
are we?
today.
You know,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
trying to make the best community, and
Yeah.
and I think that in any office that you get elected, you have to be good stewards of the money. You know, that is,
Absolutely.
and we know that you have to. You're given an amount. You know, you can't do everything you want to do. You're given an amount, and of course, we know that's a lot of times from up, up above. From the powers that be. You're given an amount, and then you have to work with it.
And you know that on the school board.
Yeah.
And this is again a problem, and here's two logical solutions. That's the only two that I can see right now. We all want lower taxes. We don't want our taxes to go up.
No.
I have not met anybody. No, they want good services, which they deserve,
Right.
and they should. So it's our job. That's our job. Part of our job is to make sure that we can fit the services, the actions, all the things needed by the county residents into the budget.
Yeah.
Very simple, but that's what it is. That's part of it. We have a great county council. They help do that. They set the budget. The commissioners have their own budget. They'll actually propose their budget to the council, and everybody approves it, and we're all happy, hopefully, to go home.
Yeah.
But here's what happens. What if we can't raise enough money to meet our demands? The only way, well, one of the main ways is if you don't want your taxes to go up, then you raise taxes, right? So you need money to meet your demands because you don't have enough. Well, you got to raise taxes. And it seems like that comes awfully easy for some elected officials. And again, that's what I want to talk about. Look in the past. Get your votes worth, like I talked about last week. Who's been in office when the taxes have went up, or who's not raised taxes? And I'm proud of the city council, clerk treasurer, and the people we work. We kept a pretty good lid on fees, water fees, and taxes, because we felt like that's what the people wanted. And at the Catholic Church fish fry the other night, I heard a lot of that. People, now, and they even realize that cost of goods, cost of actions, cost of labor, gravel, all those things, labor goes up. And these people certainly are people that work, and are even our elected officials. You know, they're elected office too. And I think we need to pay a little more attention to what they need. I think oftentimes we don't think of the elected officials that you vote for and you vote for. You know, they got to have money to operate too. They do a tremendous service. In fact, that's where a lot of the service that the people in this community, that's where it starts, is with these county elected officials. And we got to make sure they're paid well enough to keep good people in office.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that the workers that they hire are paid enough to keep them in office. So back to the problem. We need money. It's awful
Everybody.
easy.
It's funny. Everybody. Yeah, I think
it's
everybody.
awful easy to raise taxes.
Yeah.
It seems like, and then you give a reason, and okay, and we all live with it because we have no choice. But what if you took a little bit different approach? And I'm not going to say it'll work right off the bat. But what if you increased your tax assessed value of your county? In other words, increasing the tax base that brings in more money. Like at Bennett's Clothing and Shoes, where I worked for 31 years, maybe we bring in a new product line like Nike shoes that we didn't have. don't you think our revenue is going to go up and our profit? So how do we do that in the business of county government or city government? You have to increase your tax base. How do you do that? Through economic development. You have to attract more investment into your community. And you do that by bringing back tumbleweed, like we did. We built a hotel, like we did. We built across the street, like you're seeing. That grew the tax base.
For those Walmart's, what he's referring to. Yeah. Yeah.
That grew the tax base. It grew the tax base. Again, it grew the tax base. So that's what we have to do. Now, are we going to succeed? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But I think we need to take a look with the growth, work with the Growth Partnership to make sure that they're having the tools available that they need. And I think we need to take on some of that responsibility ourselves as elected officials. I'm adding another layer to county commissioner, but I'm willing to do that because we got to do something. The way I understand, and I don't know if this is true, so I'd like to know if someone wants to call me and correct me, but I understand I was talking to some guys that they're agribusiness, big farmers in our community. And well, I've got some good friends that they farm for a living, and they're great business people, even above that.
Absolutely.
It's more to it than you think now.
Oh, sure, business. Absolutely.
And well, I understand in Jackson County, their tax rate for farm ground is lower. Now, why is that? It's because they got a bigger tax base. All those factories and all those industries and even the employees, because you get tax money from your employees as well. Economic Development Income Tax, that's supposed to be spent on economic development. You got CADGET, which is County Adjusted Gross Income Tax. That's an income so you don't make, you make money on the real property, which real property is the buildings and the land and those improvements within or without, outside, but you also make money off the employment of people. And that's just something we need to take a look at. So the more people you got working here, the more buildings you got housing those people that work here, and those goods and services that they provide in those buildings provides more income to your county. And so back to my original thought about you got a problem, there's generally only 2 or 3 different solutions. And there's 2 solutions in government, typically. Well, let's just say there's 3. And here's the 3. It's the only 3 I can think of, so if anybody knows any other solution, let me know. But you run your government or your business, which it's a business, more efficiently. I remember Bennett's Clothing and Shoes, we'd pull out, when somebody brought a pair of shoes back, we'd make sure we reuse the sack. Bob Holler, that's 5 cents. Well, and he's right.
It adds up, yeah.
It adds up.
Sure.
So you run a business more efficiently. Okay? That's a solution to that problem. Maybe we could take a look at county government. I don't know that it's being run inefficiently, and I'm not saying
right.
That's just saying. I'm just saying that's a solution. Raise taxes. I mean, nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
I don't think the people, the commissioners and the county council wants to do that, but sometimes they have no alternative solution. Okay? So there's your number 2. Guess what number 3 is? Economic development. That's the only 3. That's the only 3. Why can't we do them all? Why can't we take a look at everything? Why can't a commissioner and maybe the president of the county council and maybe even an office holder, we jump into a car and we go make a sales call to a company that might be interested in locating here? At least get in the game. Why can't that happen? That's how you make, that's what sales is built around, is the communication, the physical contact. Hey, we want you here. What do we need to do to get you here? And the state's been very generous and very helpful that if you have industry that wants to locate in your community, they'll oftentimes give you grants that will help build the infrastructure. So, and you do have to look at the investment for the reward, so to speak. How much are we going to have to invest to help a factory locate here? And are we going to be rewarded in the end with more assessed valuation and growing the tax base? So that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And why can't we have a commissioner that wants to do that? I do. I want to do that. We did it for the city. It was so interesting about the hotel. I met a young lady. Sadly, she's no longer with us. She passed away. And she said, well, my dad works for an investment company or a bank, and what they do, they work with this hotel chain to build hotels in smaller communities. we were at some dinner or some function, and her and her husband sat, and we were just chatting, and she told me that, and I thought, wow, really? I said, would you mind if I got his phone number? Well, yeah. I said, well, you know, people have been talking about another hotel, just an alternative, just something else, and I'd be curious to know what they look at when looking to build a new hotel. I could learn from this, because all businesses they look at the labor force and the ease of operation and all those things. And so she gave me the number of her father, and by the way, that person was Beth Armstrong.
Okay. Yeah, oh, yeah.
And sadly, we've lost her, and she was she was certainly an advocate of our community.
Oh, absolutely.
As is her husband, Todd Armstrong,
Yeah,
who's on the county council now.
Sure, absolutely.
So I did. I called her dad, and I said, hey, this is Dave, you know, at the mayor's office, and you know, we've had a lot of people that expressed interest. Okay, well, I know this company, and I'll get you a meeting, and that's just how it happened. That is how it happened. Just saying, well, yeah, that might be something. And I thought at the very least I'll learn from it.
Sure.
To what these companies are looking at. And that's how it happened with Tumbleweed too. You know, back, we had the lot sitting there where the building was, and it burned down, right? You remember that?
Yeah.
And everybody, when's Tumbleweed coming back? Well, I thought, okay. So I went to a Tumbleweed, I think at Highlander Point, the one down there. And I walked in, I said, hey, who's the head man or woman of Tumbleweed? And they gave me a name. I said, I'd really like to, you know, step into his office or call him, whatever. They gave me the number. And that's just how it happened. I called the person up, and I said, hey, this, you know, Dave, I'm working out of the mayor's office. You know, we want you back. What do we need to do to help you? Really? I said, yeah, what do we need to do to help you? He said, well, let's have a meeting. So we went to a meeting at one of the Tumbleweeds. He met us in one of the little back areas there. And, of course, they fed us.
Yeah.
You know, which is legal, guys. You can eat a taco, right? And we took a bunch of city council members with us and some people from the city. And I thought, well, the worst case scenario, we're going to have a pretty decent lunch, right?
Yeah.
And one thing led to another, and next thing another building a Tumbleweed. So it's, now, and we're going to be lucky, you know, but I like to think luck is being prepared and being open-minded, you know. But anyway, I think that's what we need to do again. Just it's not that hard, and you can call it luck or whatever you want to call it, but that's how those two businesses, along with the Walmart, I called up a guy and luckily got the right person and said, hey, this is David, and my question was, I said, in your infinite wisdom, Walmart, I said, you guys forgot more about retail than I ever knew. But I said exactly this. I said, in your infinite wisdom, why are you giving all the market share of Washington County to the other stores? Sure. Some of the other, you know, the dollar stores and the Family Dollar. And the guy kind of goes, well, I don't know. I said, well, we got like 3 or 4 of them around here, maybe more than that. And he said, well, you know, I just happen to have a guy coming through that portion of Indiana next week, and I'll have him swing by Salem, and I'll get back with you. And I thought, okay, here we go. I'll never hear from this guy again, right? Well, about 3 weeks later, Joy Barley, you know, David, you have a call online, whatever. I hit it, and that was that guy. And he said, you know, so-and-so went through your town. I said, well, good. I was shocked that they even did it. And he goes, good. He said, that guy really had good things to say about your community. He said he stopped, and I think he had a donut at H&R or whatever. He told me about some of the places he went. He said he really enjoyed your community. Well, that made me feel very proud, first of all. Whatever the outcome, at least they like our community. And he said, I don't know why we don't have a store in Salem. He said, I'm going to be down there, and we'll just bring a committee of our real estate people, and we'll take a look. But now, unbeknownst to me, they came down, and I didn't even know it. And they did their shopping of an area. And that's just how it happened. Just by picking up the phone.
Right.
So I don't know.
And it feels like we've had it forever. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And one reason why I took that upon myself to do that, I had heard rumors and accusations all my life as a kid at 17 years old working in Bennett. Oh, the merchants kept Walmart out. You heard that too. Well, I've heard that since I was a kid. And I thought, well, I'm going to find out if that's true or not. And I'll do the same if I work for the county. If there's a problem, I'll find out if there is a problem. And again, I worked with a lot of, the commissioners, Dale McKinley, Jerry Roberts, David Bagshaw. Those are good guys. I mean, they really.
Yeah.
What I liked about Jerry was, man, if there was a
He's
problem,
a straight shooter.
yeah, he attacked it. Man, he jumped in and he did the job.
He
That's
made
what you
sure
want,
my
right?
steak was just perfect, and he knew that man, that forever will be. I got the perfect steak. Yes, from Jerry Roberts.
And
Made sure.
Dale McKinley, not a nicer guy in the world.
Oh, they're
but,
fantastic. But yeah,
I
made
mean,
sure I
great
had.
guy. David
He
Bagshaw.
knew exactly.
And also, Joe Bundy was a good commissioner.
Yeah.
I was on the council or township assessor, I think. I can't remember the exact dates, but I know and Kevin Stewart was in there as well.
Yeah.
And but anyway,
When you think about and one thing that I'm gonna kind of go off the side here, but this Walmart has been very clear about hiring local people, and they said that when they first, in the very beginning of the meetings I was in, they talked about it, and we just okay, we'll see, and they have stuck to that. How many
look at the money
families?
they've
I
donated
know.
to
Oh,
different
they
things
don't
in our
talk
county.
about it, David. They don't tell all that they
No.
do for our food bank and for our. And for the animal shelter, they give and they do, and they don't talk about it.
And I'm going to brag on Bob Holler and Jim Bennett again, and I was a part of that too, I guess, my wife and I. But look at the money even a small business like Bennett's donated over the years
Absolutely.
to these things that are going on. I mean, I've got my drawer. I got a drawer at home that's full of T-shirts that we were sponsors of. I kept all those.
I have some from ours too. Yeah,
Yeah.
WSLM too. Yeah.
You guys are,
We had. It was amazing some of the things my dad would sponsor.
Yeah. So there's more to it
So
than
we
just
still do,
even
yeah.
the real estate taxes that they
Yeah.
got to pay. They are members of the community and they help.
Yeah.
So.
We are getting close on time, David. Let's kind of do a wrap up and kind of if people want to talk to you, reach out to you, want to know more, and want to continue this conversation and your availability.
Yes, I welcome anyone to call me. My number is 812-896-7550. If you'd like to meet, I can meet you anywhere, H&R Bakery or in Camelsburg or Pekin or just wherever. Canton. I got some friends live in Canton. So I'll even go to Canton if you want to. But anyway, I'd just like to hear from you. And if there's anything I can do, any questions I can answer, or if you have a concern that say, okay, if you get in office, are you going to take a look at this?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know those things if I am honored with this position.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, you're going to get your money's, your vote's worth out of me, because I'll work hard for you. We'll get some things done.
Okay. My watch is telling me.
But again, I've got a plan.
Yeah.
I want to make sure. I'm going to get off this negative thing. I'm not a negative kind of person, so I'm going to get off that. I've got a plan to fix things. I got a plan that we can work together with especially the county council and the other commissioners. And again, we all have shared goals. I share those same goals. I live here. But I'm not going to be a stumbling block. I'm going to be a stepping stone.
Love that. All right, very good. Thank you, David. Paid for from David Bauer for Washington County Commissioner. Thank you for David, and thank you for that. And we need to thank our other sponsors, Meadowview Healthcare Center. Thank you, Krista, for coming in and
Thank you.
all that you do. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Do you have your green on?
I have some green on this shirt.
Okay, I was worried.
I
Made
had
that
another.
close. That's a thin line of green you got there.
Well,
Try.
I had a green jacket on it, and it did not work, so
Okay.
What
had
do you
to
see?
revisit.
I see green. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
I see fields of green. Is that the song?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was singing the green alligators and the long-necked geese, the humpback camp. I love St. Patrick's Day songs. I like it. I'm going to do a little river dance a little bit later.
Okay.
I got to see this.
All right, all right. So
My wife does that.
does she?
Yeah, she's a heck of a
Well, maybe
river
we'll
dancer.
do it together.
Bet you get her
Krista
near
will
the
grab
river.
Krista too. There we go. All right. Our other sponsors: Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rose's, Fox Philly Wealth Management, Dr. Minnie Gunn, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Marshall Monument, Springer and Springer, Snack Medical Hospital, Temple and Temple, and West Bowers for Commissioner. Thank you, everyone. Our Irish eyes are smiling. Have a beautiful St. Patrick's Day, and Krista, have the best day ever.
You too.
Thanks.
Louisville's longest-running pro sports team is back. Come check out Louisville Bats Baseball at Louisville Slugger Field. Family-friendly entertainment at budget-friendly prices inside the best minor league ballpark in America. See the Cincinnati Reds of tomorrow up close and personal today. And the Bats promotional schedule is something for everyone. For a full look at the 2026 schedule and to plan your day at the ballpark, talk to a real person at 502-212-BATS or head to batsbaseball.com.
David Bauer is running to be your next District 2 Washington County Commissioner, focused on responsible spending, new job opportunities, and restoring trust in our county government. A longtime small business owner and former Salem mayor, recognized for strong leadership, David has also served on the Washington County Council and as the Washington County Township Assessor. He helped bring jobs and investments to our community, including Walmart and the Cobblestone Hotel. For experienced leadership and the steady growth that puts Washington County first, Republican voters choose David Bauer for Washington County Commissioner, District 2 in the May 5th Republican primary. Paid for by the committee to elect David Bauer, Washington County Commissioner, District 2.
The Reds are on the radio!
And he caught it! No way! What a grab, Noelvi Marte!
Ellie De La Cruz is on his horse, and they're waving him to the house.
Suarez swings, he drives this. It is gone! Eugenio Suarez puts the Reds on top.
With an old friend back in the clubhouse, it's time for spring training baseball. Hear the action on your home of the Reds.
Catch the action on WSLM Radio.
Give Du Bois County Tire a call. Big or small, they service all. They have the name brand tires, you know, to keep you cruising on down the road. They got tires for driving mean. They even got them for your farm machine. You can call them day or night. Du Bois County Tire does it right. Big or small, we service all. Du Bois County Tire.
Now through March 31st, get up to $180 back on a Bridgestone prepaid MasterCard. Get $80 when you buy a set of 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. Get an additional $100 when you make an eligible tire purchase with your CFNA credit card. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. Subject to credit approval, restrictions apply. See BridgestoneRewards.com for details.
Big or small, we service all. Du Bois County Tire.
Bourbon and Beyond is back. The world's largest music, spirits, and culinary experience returns to the heart of Louisville, Kentucky, featuring Foo Fighters, Mumford & Sons,
voice of reason in an unreasonable world. The Rick Burgess Show.
Thanks for being with us, America, as we drive through another hour together. We have more to come today. The number 888, the number 6, Big Vox, 888-624-4869. Website, rickburgessshow.com. So you can call us, you can text us, you can email us. All of that's available to you as we roll another one. As we start this hour, Speedy, Greg, Adler, all in the mix. And the Vox seats are filling and overflowing as we start a brand new hour, and they come from all over.
They come from all over. We have a record amount of food and goodies. We'll get into all that.
Good. Everybody
but
gets to share.
First, we send it to Adler.
Yeah,
okay.
We got to figure this out.
First
of all, let me pull the curtain.
Everything I said about LeBron was correct.
Yes.
Except for the fact that he dunked on his son.
Well, that was kind of
that
was the only reason why we wanted to see it.
Well, you know what? I even grokked it. I even grokked it.
Come on, where did you get this?
Grok gave me the wrong thing. Okay, so this is what the tweet says. The post on X. First game of his career against his father, 23 years later, dunks on his son, LeBron James. That's what it said. So I thought it was, I misread that. It's Jabari Smith Jr. So the first game of LeBron James's career, 23 years ago, he played against Jabari.
Unbelievable.
Whatever, it's Jabari Smith.
Well, that man.
Just now he dunked on Jabari Smith Jr. That was, but when it says 23, okay, so
You just made the son part of it.
But it dunks on his son. It was Jabari Smith's
Wrong
son.
son.
Wrong son.
Wrong
Not his
dad.
own son. And I was even like, Bronny James's body looks weird. So I Googled, okay, what was the Lakers' score? They did play Houston last night. This isn't some old clip that I'm resurfacing like I did with the Jacksonville State.
Yes,
that
all
sweet
right.
moment from 2009.
Yeah, that you some reason want to keep reliving.
Yes. So I even Grok did. Grok was like, this viral post shows LeBron James' emphatic dunk on his son Bronny during the Lakers matchup. And so I did my fact checking, but not good enoughly in his stupid, dumb way, okay? I'm a stupid, dumb idiot head, Greg. Is that what you want me to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. So Bronny is still affiliated with the Lakers.
He's on the South Bay Lakers, the G League. Y'all were correct. I was wrong. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I don't care.
You were so
I don't give a
excited
rat's
about it.
behind about being wrong.
He
I'll
was
be wrong all
excited.
day long and on Sunday.
Ain't nobody stop me from being wrong.
Yeah.
How about this? I knew there was a problem because Bronny was actually starting for somebody.
Yeah.
And so that couldn't be right.
Right.
And I thought he had some height on his jump. I'm like, well,
Yeah, we
Bronny
were all
jumped
fired
that
up
high?
about it.
There's even a second bullet point. LeBron scored 28 points. Bronny only scored 6. Grok, this is what I said to Grok. You are so wrong. You screwed me so bad with this info. I repeated it live on air, Grok. How could you?
Okay, good. And Grok said?
It's still thinking.
All right. So here's the thing that we're now
It's still thinking.
thinking.
I'm
thinking about it. We're now learning something right now about AI. So it
don't know everything.
All it did was
Right.
see the same headline you saw, and it thinks it's being sharp, because that is a confusing headline. But you need a little more information on that, which is why they did it that way, so they get multiple clicks and then maybe even be talked about on the show. But Adler hands us the videos, and it's a combination every day of things that he's researched and things Speedy has researched, and it happens.
You better watch out for old Gronk.
What did Bronny have to say about it? What was his quote?
Yeah, what do
Bronny
you
was
think about
like,
his dad?
I'm playing for the South Bay Lakers, so nobody cares at all what I'm doing.
That's funny.
We played the Squadron this weekend.
That's already great.
Buddy,
That's
my
pretty good.
friend, speaking of, my friend sent a picture
Friend?
to our group chat of the Squadron game last night. And we have more people watching Burgess ball in this room than the Squadron did last night playing in Birmingham.
Yeah, the Squadron is what?
They're done after this year.
They are.
This is
basketball.
a G League
basketball.
Birmingham team.
Yes.
Yeah. Aren't they moving down New?
They're going somewhere.
That has
some of
not
the others
garnered, as you're saying, a tremendous amount of support.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right.
We're not a
Golly,
basketball
Greg.
town, I guess. We're not a basketball town.
Okay.
Unlike Auburn.
Well, Alabama,
In the world.
who actually is going into March Madness, and Auburn isn't.
But
But
we didn't make it.
okay, we did. As hard as you played for them, y'all did not have a good season.
Right.
But Alabama basketball fans, college, not G League or professional, one of the stars of the team, according to this headline, of course you can't trust those anymore, has been arrested right as they're getting ready for March Madness.
Yeah, I saw that.
Over Mary Jane. Marijuana charges.
Got caught twisting one.
Right, just days before the start in the NCAA tournament, it looks like guard Aiden Holloway arrested yesterday for possession of marijuana. And, you hardly ever hear college athletes being caught with pot, so this is shocking.
Yeah.
This hardly ever happens.
You heard so many because, people, you don't know what to trust on social media.
Right.
You really don't. I mean, people just claim all kinds of stuff. From the amount he was busted with to what's going to happen to Coach Oaks, what he's going to do. It's
What
just
does
weird.
Grok say about it?
Yeah, let's go to Grok.
I think Bronny James was around it somehow.
Yeah.
According to Adler.
Okay.
He's in every story.
Right.
Let's see. What percentage of Alabama basketball players sell drugs?
No.
Okay. Is it 80% or 90%?
No.
Is that what I should type?
No.
Okay.
No.
Give him the name
No.
again, Rick.
Sorry.
It's Aiden Holloway.
Aiden Holloway.
21 years old, first-degree possession of marijuana and failure something to do with a tax stamp. What does that mean? Does that mean he doesn't have his license plate with the right stamp on it? He did not affix a tax stamp. Is that what that is?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Something to do with marijuana.
Yeah,
All right.
I don't know.
Aiden Holloway, how much weed did he have? Was it the good stuff or not?
No,
very good?
no, that's not what we're asking.
Was it a pound? Was it a pound? Was it a lot?
I've heard a pound.
Really? No,
that's what I heard.
No,
but again, you don't know what's true.
Right.
Some of y'all educate us. I don't know. It was
I also heard LeBron dunked on his boy.
Right. Text Nation with a good one. Michael Jordan's son in Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, wins an Oscar.
That's funny.
So good. Michael Jordan's son, best actor in the movie Sinners. That is so good.
It says he was transported to Tuscaloosa County Jail and later released on bond of $5,000. So there you go. And the quote from the head coach saying, "Hey, obviously this is something we wish had not happened. We're not abandoning him as a person. We're going to get him the help that he needs." But
so he transferred from Auburn to Bama.
Did he really?
It was a setup.
That's so funny. That is hilarious. I didn't know that. All right, so Grok says whether it was good stuff or not, nobody knows.
Nobody
Whether
knows.
it was fire/dank or straight mids, cops have not rated the bud quality like that.
Okay.
It's pure speculation.
I didn't know Croc was such a...
It'd be Grok.
Grok, whatever it is.
Hey.
Well, today he's Croc.
Yeah.
Based on what he told our Croc.
Do you use Copilot any?
What's that?
That's another AI. It's I think Microsoft's version of AI.
No.
Grok, which is X's version.
LeBron dunked on Peter Kidd.
So, Greg Holloway says we're going to have to agree to disagree on what amount I have. I love the audience. So good.
Agree to disagree.
They said that the news that's on runs in some of the local breaks, that's where this thing of £1 and stacks of money comes from, but I don't see that in this article. So we'll be right back.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.
So picture this, somebody's breaking into your home, but you're at work, maybe the movies or on a flight. You see the footage in a couple of hours, but by then it's too late. That's why we choose Simply Safe and have for years now. Simply Safe is a customizable whole home security system that's backed by 24/7 monitoring agents you can rely on to act even when you can't. Get 50% off at simplysafe.com/bigbox. simplysafe.com/bigbox. That's simplysafe.com/bigbox. We love the Helix Sleep mattresses, and there's a March Madness sale going on now at helixsleep.com/bigbox with 20% off site-wide. Now, if your spine needs extra TLC, then you need a Helix mattress. Each Helix mattress is designed for specific sleep positions and comfort, and they'll let you try it for 120 nights risk-free. Take the 2-minute Helix Sleep quiz and get matched with the perfect mattress. Head to helixsleep.com/bigbox to save 20% off site-wide.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
At Boot Barn, we believe that the cowboy boot is an American icon. Today's boots are not only rooted in history, but are enhanced with modern technology features for the working cowboy. Ariat boots are built with advanced technology that provides the comfort and support of a high-performance athletic shoe, yet still has the functionality and durability of the iconic cowboy boot. And at Boot Barn, we carry over 250,000 pairs of Ariat boots nationwide. Ariat at Boot Barn.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really worked so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
The mega sale's going on now at MyPillow.com/BigVox. Classic MyPillows normally around $50. They're yours for $14.98. The 6-piece My Towel sets normally go for $70. Now they're $34.98 in a huge assortment of colors. The best sheets you'll ever sleep on. MyPillow's Giza Dream bed sheets typically retail for around $110. Right now, $29.98. Head to MyPillow.com/BigVox. Use that code for employee pricing and free shipping as part of their mega sale. As we head into spring, I've been craving fewer distractions and more focus throughout my day, and earbuds from buyraycon.com/BigVox helps me to do that. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds Classic is packed with upgrades. They've got active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity, so you can pair two devices at once, and a comfortable ergonomic design that stays put. They are perfect for refreshing your routine this spring. So go to buyraycon.com/BigVox, buyraycon.com/BigVox for 20% off today.
In a world that has gone nuts, they are here to, well, to point it out. The Rick Burgess Show.
Just doing our job. Thanks for being with us today. So now, probably even more so, especially if the government continues down this road of not funding Homeland Security, you may be thinking about safety even more so considering the situation we're in right now. And we've even seen in the headlines where not all security systems are equal. Let's say that you've got an old school security system, okay, and God forbid you're on a trip and somebody breaks into your house. Well, your security system will go off. There may be things going on. They might even record what's happening. But let's say you're at 30,000 feet on a flight that's going to be 5 hours. You're not going to have this information for 5 hours, and when you get the information, you're going to be a long way from home. So with simplysafe.com/BigVox, it will actually go ahead and alert law enforcement, and it will also alert a human monitor who begins to interact with the people that are approaching your property or trying to break in and stop the break-in from ever taking place. I mean, reactive is better than nothing, but proactive is better than reactive. And that's why simplysafe.com/BigVox once again gets best home security system for the 5th year in a row from U.S. News and World Report. They back it with an anti-theft guarantee. Other companies, they try to trap you in these long-term contracts. SimpliSafe says, our system's so good, we'll just earn your trust. We won't trap you. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So why don't you go right now to simplysafe.com/BigVox and get 50% off a new system with a monitoring agreement, which you want that anyway, and that's about $1 a day. Here's a direct link to rickburgessshow.com under sponsors, or go to simplysafe.com/BigVox, save 50%. All right, so another thing we just found out about, I did not know that selling illegal drugs is a lot like duck hunting. You got to have your stamps. So because they do this thing with ducks where they're a federal deal, and you got to get
have a duck stamp.
You got to have your duck stamps, and apparently people are telling us the IRS always looking to bring in some revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're selling something that is illegal, you have to pay taxes on it.
Correct.
So here's the thing. Well, let's say you were caught and God forbid, selling something illegal.
Are you looking at Greg?
No, I'm just looking around.
Right.
No, if I was
looking at me.
Frankly, if I was going to look at anybody, it would be Adler.
Oh, okay.
But
Adler's looking at you.
It's from outside appearance.
I'm just saying. I'm just talking about appearances. I'm not talking about character. Okay. So
Adler's selling.
Do you find yourself going, "Hey, officers, good news. I know y'all are upset with me, and I know I'm going to jail. But let me tell you what you're not going to charge me with. I have been collecting taxes.
Yes. I paid my quarterlies.
All my clients, every time I sell them pot, I do collect it. I'm going to pay my taxes, and I've got it all right here with my tax stamp. So that just seems such a strange deal.
So he added, if 10% is good enough for Jesus, it ought to be enough for Uncle Sam.
Yeah, he went ahead and threw that in there.
Hey, real quick, while we're correcting sports things that I've gotten wrong.
Yeah, what
sports
you got?
things that remember when I made fun of Ronaldo Acuna's neck tattoo? I was like, why has he got the hashtag on his neck? That's actually 3 crosses. So that makes
You're
fun
on
of
a
that.
roll today.
It does look weird,
you did.
though.
I thought it was a hashtag.
Well, you did. You said make fun of that. You're the one that did.
In your defense, it's not very.
I think you need readers.
Yeah. Well, the angle was weird. It looked like a hashtag.
I can see that.
But it's 3 crosses.
I
which
can
is great.
see that. That's not easy to say.
I'm rooting for Venezuela now.
I will say,
not really.
Hey,
I want us to win.
There you go. There you go. Us.
I will say in the tattoo world, which once again, I cry from the mountaintops. Less is more.
Mm-hmm.
But in the tattoo world, I will say though, if you have darker skin, they're harder to figure out.
It's hard to tell with that.
It is.
Yeah.
Now some of you are so lily white, it's like looking at a comic strip.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's like notebook paper.
Let me tell you, what about with somebody who is so white they're almost translucent?
Yeah.
You can almost see through them, and they've gone with as much color as they possibly can.
Very colorful.
Yeah, it's like, hey, look, I've got roses with the green and the red on it, right here on my lily white skin.
See it all.
And it's like looking at flowers laying in milk. So anyway, that is, don't encourage that kind of behavior. Speaking of a tech going bad, see, I don't want to. When we're doing dangerous things with high tech, I don't want to be the new people. And I know a lot of people love to rush out and try the latest thing. That's not me. Like when the Wright brothers started saying, "I think we can fly," I wouldn't have been part of that.
Somebody fly
a little bit. I'm going to lay back and see how well everybody flies. I'm going to let multiple people for generations fly, then I'm in. I think we need to – I don't want to be these first people with the self-driving vehicles.
I know.
There's too many scary stories coming up.
Yeah, we need to work the kinks out.
I want to be the people who sat back and said, well, a lot of people tried it right out of the gate. Now, that wasn't me.
No, I waited till they got it figured out.
Tesla is being sued by a Houston woman. This happened last month. The news stories now made it to us now. She said her Cybertruck, allegedly operating in self-driving mode, it's been captured on camera, tried to run her and her infant child off a bridge.
That's scary.
Ultimately crashing into an overpass barrier. She says she suffered multiple injuries. This happened in 25, like I said. She's suing Tesla for $1 million in liability and negligence because she said the self-driving mode tried to drive me and my baby off a cliff.
So you can't override that mode?
I guess she did, but lost control of it. And again,
you just want to you're saying you want this to go for a while.
Not me. Self-driving is going to have to be like to the point that people think I'm outdated, that I don't have one.
Yeah.
Okay, I want everybody, y'all work all this out before I start sitting in the car that's driving itself. First of all, I'm going to go to sleep.
Right, that's true.
Without having to drive, you'd fall asleep. I would too.
Probably.
Yeah. Supposedly, the Tesla has like cameras on the inside that can tell if you are looking down for too long. It'll ask for like feedback, and I don't know if Tesla's going to end up being liable for this because it's supposed to be full self-driving, supervised, and so you're supposed to supervise it. So I think that puts the onus or the Enos, whatever, on the driver.
Now,
Well, unless she's claiming she went to do that and it wouldn't give control back to her.
You got
there was a malfunction.
I'm driving.
I would go. Hey, good job, Morgan. Let me say.
Here's the event, by the way.
Here's what happened. Let me throw this at you.
This is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Hey,
if that pole's not there, they're gone.
They're gone.
They're
Probably.
gone.
They're gone.
They're sailing away.
That's beautiful.
Well,
what was that?
So you're saying the way a self-driving car works right now is it's just like it's like sitting in the passenger seat with
That's
our
a
wife
cartoon.
driving. It's like our wife now is going to be driving. It's the same thing. I've got to supervise it. So now I'm sitting. It's like I'm
scared.
sitting there.
You're scared,
afraid of how this thing's going to drive and make comments on it and have to police it. I'd rather just drive. I'd rather just drive. I don't want to have to police this. You have to do that when you ride with your wife.
And you got the Tesla saying you can't have it back.
What's that?
You got Tesla driving, won't let it.
They won't give it back to you.
That's you just write that.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, just wait till
what I thought.
Yeah.
Wait till these self-driving cars try to do a roundabout.
It's going to be a disaster.
Buddy, they do it all the time.
They showed one of those.
There's Tesla. How many Teslas do you think were in Franklin, Tennessee?
I saw
everywhere.
So you tell me they were self-driving through a roundabout? You don't know.
No, they look like one guy's like.
You know the cabs they got with nobody in them?
Yes.
They showed one of them and it had stopped like inches from the railroad track. It stopped, but it was past the line.
Yeah.
I mean, say stuff like that.
Now, this is right up with the person who raised their hand when somebody says, we think we can do open heart surgery. We'd like to try it. I ain't raising my hand. I'm not going to be first.
Yeah.
And
see, I'm scared. I'm scared because here's where it would happen with me. The headline would be, "We've never seen this before."
Oh, yeah.
But sure, and it'd be some awful tragic thing.
Yeah.
Where they've never done this before, but for some reason it took a right when it was supposed to take a left.
Yeah. And for some reason, Mr. Burgess's Cybertruck, he went to take over control and it shot him. We've never seen it do that before.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be one of those. We didn't even know it had a weapon.
We didn't know it had a gun.
We'll be right back.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.
How are you preparing for spring cleaning season? Upgrading your home with a Helix mattress will help you set up for a great night's sleep. I'll tell you that. These mattresses are excellent. Plus, it's March Madness with 20% off site-wide at helixsleep.com/bigbox. Greg's here. Greg, you and Lisa have been sleeping on one for years now.
Oh, we have. We've had it for years. I love it. I took the sleep quiz. They sent me a mattress that fits me perfect. Do I like a firm mattress? Do you like a soft mattress? How do you lay on your side or your stomach? They cover all that. They send you the mattress made just for you.
Helix is the most awarded mattress brand out there, and they offer free shipping with seamless delivery. And how about this? The Happy with Helix guarantee that offers you a risk-free, customer-first experience designed to ensure you completely love your new mattress. You get to sleep on it for a 120-night sleep trial and a limited to lifetime warranty. Now, these are top-quality mattresses, and they'll be designed for you. Go right now for 20% off site-wide at